Well, on to the 7-year-old final. This a big step up for a number of horses, and several of these actually touching on the international ranks.
It's more difficult than the 6-year-old course, and will be significantly bigger. I think we've got obviously related distances. We've got some very, very delicate fences. It will be a real challenge for them.
You start really being able to tell whether those horses have got that star potential when you're asking that bit more, because physically some can and some can't. Some take longer to mature, but generally, you know, the cream start to become more obvious.
A big challenge in the final round of the Old Lodge 7-year-old final. Keith Doyle and Walk Tall, the top few in this class, again made up of many riders who've had plenty of international experience. Also just trying to find that superstar of the future. But we're up to big fences now, and again, a lot more technicality in the course. We're pretty well on international type courses by the time we've got to this level. And these horses throughout the season, the 7-year-olds been competing as part of young horse classes and beyond, possibly competing in some of the area trials, some of the big national classes as well, to really test them out. And again, you're seeing horses that might be asked a little bit more in the jump off, pushed on a little bit more than, say, a 5-year-old that's still learning the game. Keith Doyle and Walk Tall certainly been a part of the young horse system this season. Will compete for a number of finals, not just here but at Horse of the Year show. And again we see pushing on to the last, 55.15 the time, and overall took them into 3rd place. Mark Williams and Siska van Overijs. Mark, another rider who's been behind a number of top combinations throughout his career. Often other riders necessarily taking them to the top, so Mark often sitting as the owner from the sidelines. But again, all through the championships, all these horses being watched carefully for their talent. The team from the BEF, they're making all their assessments, keeping all the data, all linked into the equine pathway to make sure these horses find their very, very best route to the top. All also supported by the lottery money, so each week your money on the lottery ticket going toward producing some of the very best in the world. Mark, again, as you see, asking a few questions of the horse. Just enough at this age range to the wall, and then again a push on to the last from Mark, just ahead on the time, 54.20, taking Mark Williams, Siska van Overijs into 2nd place. Again, a good consistent clear. Well, what about the last to go? John Whittaker, Argento. This bringing back a very good combination together. Keely Durham, the owner of this one. Keely, of course, the owner of the great Wellham that John jumped for many years. Keely producing Wellham through the young horse classes, through young riders, and then John taking the ride later on. And certainly very excited about this one that they're producing at the moment. A horse full of lots of jump. And again, we could see this one in the next few months, just competing at 1 or 2 of the international shows, just at the lower levels to again gain some experience. But John Whittaker, many years he's been at the top, but while he's got top horses, he's always looking for that next one to complete the string. This could well be a horse that we see as part of the 2012 team. Again, down to the final line, just pushing that little bit. This horse been lightly competed this season, but been at the top of the table each time it's been out. 51.53 the time takes John Whittaker and Argento to the top of the table and 1st place in the Old Lodge 7-year-old championship. That's the final lineup. John Whittaker in 1st, Mark Williams in 2nd, and Keith Doyle finishes in 3rd.
He's a super horse, and he jumped brilliant today. He jumped clear every day. So it's really looking forward to the future with him. As you know, he's really good, and I don't like to talk too much. I like to let the actions speak. But yeah, he's a really good horse. He's careful and he's fast. He's got super temperament.
From a win in the Old Lodge 7-year-old final to Team GBR medal-winning success is a very long but potentially rewarding journey.